Hello guys, welcome to my unboxing and first look at the MagicForce Smart 1 mechanical keyboard. This uses a 68 key design. On the back of the box here, it says it features full N key rollover. I got the white LED version. Mine also has Gateron clear switches. It has multimedia shortcut keys, 3 dip switches for customizing different features, an aluminum body with a floating key design. That's a silver aluminum body. Double shot keycaps, I don't know if that's true, we'll take a closer look, and a detachable USB cable. Now that we have everything out of the box, we see we have the keyboard itself, the mini USB cable that plugs into the back of the keyboard, a user manual, a small keycap puller, and this is a cable that allows you to connect this keyboard to your mobile device. It has USB Type A on one side and micro USB on the other. So this cable, plugs into the back here, into this mini USB port, and it can be routed up the center. Or what I plan on doing is I plan on just leaving it coming out this way towards the left of the keyboard, and then I'll just raise the keyboard up on its 2 feet. Speaking of the feet, you have 4 rubber feet, and then these are also rubberized on the tips. While we're on here on the back, you can see right here we have 3 dip switches. Those dip switches, according to the manual, dip switch 1 swaps caps lock key and the left control key, switch 2 swaps the Windows key and the FN key, and switch 3 locks the Windows key. The MagicForce 68 key keyboard comes in a few different varieties. Mine is the all white LED. There's also a blue and orange LED version. It's all blue except the WASD and arrow keys are orange LEDs. Also, it comes in Gateron and Cherry MX switches. So this one uses Gateron clear switches. Gateron clear switches are a pretty unique switch. They're linear, similar to Cherry MX Reds, so there's no tactile bump or no clicky sound, which makes them very quiet and easy to repeat quickly. These switches, however, are the lightest that you can buy as far as I know right now. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but these require only 30 grams of force to actuate. That's compared to 45 on the Cherry MX Red, 50 on Cherry MX Brown, and 55 on Cherry MX Blue. Also, the keycaps, the manual claimed, are double shot, and I hesitated about that because usually double shot keycaps are a bit more expensive. However, these I think are double shot, so you can tell these use a glossy white plastic around the outside, which, by the way, isn't very grippy at all. That might bother some of you guys. Personally, I like the more smooth texture. And then because this is a backlit keyboard, it uses a translucent second layer. And sure enough, if you flip around the key to the other side, you can see it has that yellowish kind of beige color of translucent plastic. So they use 2 different materials in here, so I've got to assume that this is double shot. Plus, the edges on the engravings, on the markings, are very crisp. The Gateron clear switches compared to Cherry MX Reds not only feel much more light, but they feel a lot smoother. Something I read online is that Gateron linear switches are known for feeling very, very smooth. By smoothness, I mean when you press down, even from different angles, it still feels like it's a lubricated key. It doesn't really have any gritting against the walls. That was something I noticed on the Cherry MX Reds in my K65. When you press down in the center of a key, it felt very smooth as expected. However, it was more with the larger keys where you're pressing more on the outside, where the switch would be grinding against the wall a little bit because it's having some lateral movement. With this keyboard, with these keys, it still feels very, very smooth. I mean, don't get me wrong, the center, if you're pressing the center, that still feels by far the best. But overall, I'm very impressed with how these keys feel. Now that we have the keyboard plugged in, we can take a closer look at the LED effects. There's 2 modes, all on and breathing. So the adjustment for brightness is FN and the up and down arrow keys. There's about 10 levels. That's the brightest it gets. That's the dimmest it gets. To switch to breathing mode, you go FN and the left arrow key. Breathing speed can be adjusted with FN and the right arrow key. To get back to full on, you go FN and the left arrow key. Something that I noticed that kind of bothers me is the caps lock key. If caps lock is off, this LED is off. If it's on, it's on. So even if I go and turn the brightness all the way down, if caps lock is on, this LED will remain on. Also, if I have the brightness only on the first level, but caps lock is on, this LED is still the brightest. Another cool feature about this keyboard is it comes with this adapter cable. It converts the USB Type-A connection on the keyboard to a micro USB, which then can be used with smartphones and tablets, any mobile device really that supports it. So when you plug this in, you can see my smartphone. My smartphone's now detecting it as an external keyboard. The LEDs on the keyboard turned on. Now if I want to just Google something, I can just start typing. Here's a sample of what the keys sound like. So now my plans with this keyboard are to game and type with it for a little while, and maybe in a week or so I'll give you guys an updated video on what I think of this keyboard and the Gateron clear switches in particular, as they are a very, very light switch. So, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next.